Good morning, my beautiful people. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Lynette's Life. I am, of course, yours truly, Lynette, and this is my life. Welcome back. If you're oldie but goodie, thanks for always coming back and showing your love and support. If you are new here, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Y'all, I know y'all saw the link. I'm gonna insert it. I was gonna delete it, but I'm gonna insert it because I had to drive a little bit, get my attitude adjust. I don't know, yeah. I'm feeling all over the place this morning. My brain I'm trying to figure some things out. I had a dream last night that shook me to my core. Like, my dreams lately have been crazy. I don't remember if I told y'all about my psychopathic dream about two kids and they thought one of them was offing their parents and then ended up being the other sibling, and something about a possession with a dog. And okay, ain't nobody gonna drive. Shit, I ain't got time to see who y'all playing here. Anyway, but yeah, so he ended up getting away. I mean, she ended up getting away with the dog and stuff. But the dream last night was about how can I say it? Let's just say it was, because right now, y'all, my thought process, I can't come up with the right words. Let's just say it was an adult male creeping into a little boy. He had to be about 5 or 6. The parents would, they were in, like, I guess they felt like they were in a safe neighborhood, so they would always leave his window, either leave his window unlocked or leave his window, cracked open at night because, for cool breeze. And it was a neighbor guy, friend of the family. He would sneak into the little boy's room through the window while everybody was asleep at night. And the older brother, it's always 2 siblings. I don't know what the significance of that is. The first time it was a little boy and his little sister. This one, it was 2 boys. An older boy, the oldest boy was probably about 12, 13, something like that. But one night the dad and the big brother were in the room. They were playing with the little boy, for bedtime and stuff like that, getting him ready for bed and talking with him and just, tucking him in and all of that, reading a story and stuff like that. And the dad went to crack the window open, and it's like I'm on the outside of the house, like almost like I'm the neighbor and I got my window up and I can hear their conversation. And the dad went to crack the window open, and the older brother was like, Dad, I don't think you should do that anymore. But the dad was like, what do you mean? We do this all the time. We do this, that, and third. Well, as he's explaining that to the oldest son, the neighbor man just so happens to pop up in between my house and their house, and like as though he's about to get ready and come into the window, when he realizes that the dad is at the window. So when dad realizes he's out there, he's like, oh, hey man, how you doing? Start having a conversation. He's like, oh, nothing. What you up to? And all this, that, and the third. Mind you, it's like 8, 9 o'clock. And he's like, oh, nothing, just reading the boy, bedtime story, getting him ready for bed, this, that, and the third. And, he's like, oh, okay, I'm just out, taking a walk, give his reason as to why he's out and about. Mind you, the way the houses are set up, it's like, if you're out taking a walk, you're on the sidewalk, you have no business to be off of in here. And the way how the houses are set up, you wouldn't have known that I was in my child's bedroom unless you were walking through the yard in between the houses. Because the way the window is set up, you wouldn't have noticed I was in the room until the window wasn't even up quite yet. He was in the process of lifting the window up. So it's like, you wouldn't have known that unless you were creeping. You know what I'm saying? But the dad's not, he's oblivious. It was almost like as though it was giving me, parents pay attention to your children type vibes. Listen. And so he's like, well, all right, man, I'm gonna get back to, my walk and this, that, and the third. And, okay, man, he go on about his business. And as the dad is continuing to let the window up, the older son is saying it yet again, Dad, I don't think it's safe, or I don't feel like you should leave his window up, and I don't think you should leave it unlocked anymore. And the dad was like, oh, it's fine. What is wrong with you? And this and the third. And, the older brother, I guess, he got tired of, saying it over and over. So he just stopped saying it and he left out the room. And the little brother kind of like looked at his brother like, don't leave me. So the dad and the big brother leave out or whatever. And all I know is, y'all, my dream ended with me watching the little boy being scared, and he's kind of like under the covers with the covers like up to his nose, but his eyes are still peeking out and he's looking. And then all of a sudden he looks over at the window and the fucking neighbor is standing at the window, y'all. And then I wake up. My alarm goes off. I don't know who around me or who out there needs to hear that, but watch our kids. Watch the company you keep. Protect your babies at all costs. If you feel something's off with someone who's around you and your kids, they could be cool around you, but then when they get around your kids, they seem a little suspect, or your child seems a little off when they're around that person. Pay attention. Kids know certain things, y'all. Some kids are very intuitive. Some kids can pick up on things and not understand what they're picking up on. But you as an adult, if you're paying attention to your child, if you know your child and you see your child is behaving that way, pay attention. Sit down with them, talk with them. Hey, why every time so-and-so comes around, you get uncomfortable? My son used to get mad, y'all, when I would question him about certain things or certain people. He would get so mad because he didn't understand why I'm asking those questions. And I can understand that, because when my mom used to bring up certain things with me, I'd be like, why are you asking me that? And it wasn't until I got old enough to really comprehend and fully understand certain things in the world and how certain things happen. Only then did I realize what my mom was doing and why she was doing what she was doing. So I now took that into my adulthood as a parent, and I use that. because you never can be too sure, y'all. And my kid is the type, he used to tell me everything freely, but a lot of times now, the older he's gotten, I have to kind of pry things out of him depending on what it is. But he's been good about telling me things like that, if anything, but which nothing has happened. But yeah, I don't know. I've always had an open line of communication with my kid, and I've created our relationship to be that way because I don't care what it is. I don't care how mad I might get at you about not cleaning your room or not doing this, not doing that. At the end of the day, come talk to me. And I'm telling y'all it because I realize that there's a lot of parents that don't talk and communicate with their children. And I understand and I believe firmly a child should stay in a child's place. But the world we live in today, our kids have to grow up much faster than what we had to. And no matter how much we try to fight to keep them a child for a child's period of time, it's really hard with social media to keep a child in a child's place. It's really hard to keep a child in a child's place when you have to do this gentle parenting. I'm not saying that you have to beat and go all upside your children's heads to get the point across. But in the world we live in, it'd be hard to discipline a child in a way to where they know you ain't playing, but you know, some of us are lucky to where we don't have to parent so hard. I like to consider myself in between. I'm very gentle with my kid because he has special needs. But at the same time, he knows when I'm serious, when I'm for real, and when some issue about to go down because he done took it too far. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just passing the message along to whoever. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have 2 kids. It could possibly be that you have multiple kids and one of the kids is going through something and the other kid is aware of what's going on and they trying to communicate it, but they don't know how, or they communicate it in a way only they know how to, if that makes sense. So that's why I say pay attention to your children. But yeah, that was my dream. And I don't know, I think, y'all, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have those dreams. Like my meds, I'm supposed to take them every night, but I can't take them every night because a lot of times when I take them, my blood pressure drops really, really low. So most of the time I do like every other night. But if I'm actually getting a good night's sleep, or I start off getting a good night's sleep, I drift into this, how can I put it? I drift into dreamland, but it's almost like my inner conscience takes over. My intuition takes over. My guidance takes over. I have these dreams, and I think a lot of times I used to question why nightmares or whatever you want to call them. I used to question, why do I have such bad dreams? Why are my dreams always so extreme and over the top and crazy and psychotic? Because I'm a little thrown off in the head. But no, I realized I stopped questioning it because my dreams have to be that extreme to grasp my attention. If they don't grasp my attention, I never remember them. Never. But when they really like got my attention, I can always remember them. And a lot of the times, time may go on, and y'all might ask me, hey, did you ever figure out that dream about that? And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? And then something that happened later on in life, it could be weeks, it could be months down the road, and then that dream will come back to me, and I'll be like, oh my God, that dream was about you. That dream was forewarning me about me. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I know when those dreams are the ones that were meant to stick, or they were sent to me for a reason, as guidance for me to be able to help in a situation, or to prepare me for something that's to come. But yeah, that was my dream, y'all. That was my night. I am extremely tired. That's why when I came on that camera, I was looking like that, y'all. I'm just like, ugh. Took me into last night. So it's like, why? I gotta call my nurse as well because I'm out of saline solution. Don't know how that happened. So I think what I'm gonna do, well, I can't just order however many I want. They send based off of what you have in your inventory. And for whatever reason, my stuff is not lasting. But I do have a delivery coming next week. So I'm going to see if I can get some saline solution from her to, carry me through to this week. Probably get 4 to 6. So that way I can have 2 extra just in case something goes wrong. Like it did yesterday. Oh my God, y'all. I went through so much hell with that machine yesterday. What else do I have to tell y'all? I think that's it. Oh, this wind is crazy out here today. Yeah, what is going on with this Megan and Nikki beef? I wasn't gonna speak on it, but let me put my 2 cents in. I am a Nikki stan. I'm not a Barb. Far from it. But I am a Nikki stan. I don't like to involve myself in cults and fandoms like that. I'm not invested like the Barbs are, so please calm down, settle down, do not come for me. I am not big, I am not, excuse me, y'all. But I am like, I grew up off of Nikki. When Nikki came out, look here, I was in my high school era, baby. And Nikki had all the girls' attention. Nikki had all of my attention. To be honest with you, I knew rap songs and I knew all of that, but I didn't. When the fellas would rap and stuff like that, it depended on what song they were rapping on that I would learn their verses and stuff like that. But when Nikki came out, y'all, oh, I was a bona fide rapper and you couldn't tell me otherwise. No, just playing. But no, like, I grew up off Nikki, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nikki brought me into my adult era. I'm going to put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I do. I love Nikki. Onika. I love her. You know what I'm saying? I love Meg too. Like, to be a newcomer, I love her style. You know what I'm saying? I be getting into it too. I don't listen, to be honest with y'all, I really don't listen to music heavy like I used to back in the day. And that's because I kind of had got out of it because of my kid. Like, I couldn't ride in my car with music at a certain point. because the bass would annoy his ears and stuff like that. He's gotten a lot better now, but now that he's gotten a lot better, my radio don't work. And I use my phone to record, so it'd be hard. Like, I never know when I'm gonna feel the need to want to record, so that interferes with the music playing through my phone. So I really don't listen to music, like talking about, even when I'm in the house. A lot of the times I don't really, every once in a while I listen to music. I listen to music so randomly to the point my kid be like, you listening to music today, mama? Yeah, I'm feeling music today, you know. But there are certain songs that I do kind of, once I hear them, I'll be like, oh, you know, I like that. That's my age. You know what I'm saying? So, I know a couple of I know a couple of Meg songs and stuff like that. And what I like, you know. And I kind of like both women as, not humans, as people, you know, as women. I like them, or the person that they portray to us. I like, for the most part. During the whole Tory Lanez situation, we learned a lot of things about Meg that, you know, she lied, you know. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it happens. But I feel like when she knew she was about to be put on the stand, even before then, when she was doing all her press tours and all of that and interviews and stuff, that's when you should have went out ahead and told the truth to the people. But you kept trying to hide it, knowing doggone well you was finna have to get on there and stand and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain things like that that make me question your character. Nicki, same thing. You know, I may not necessarily agree with every choice she's made in her life or certain decisions she's made in her life. But again, I say, everybody had their moments, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer in people show you who they are, believe it. But when it comes to celebrities, sometimes, y'all, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, and it's kind of hard to say, oh, you know, believe it. Because a lot of times these people are playing a character for views, for attention. It doesn't matter. Y'all ever heard of the saying, when it comes to celebrity, no press is bad press? Good and bad, they want it all, because that keeps them afloat. You see what I'm saying? Keep their name alive. So yeah, it's like, I love baby. It was cool. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Nicki, I feel like everything Nicki said in her song, she pretty much said all over social media. Do I follow them like that? I follow them, but I don't. Every time they upload, I don't be on their lives. I don't keep up with stuff like that, y'all. So a lot of information I get from watching like other channels that I watch, you know, reviews and commentaries and stuff like that on the matter. And you know, I don't know, it's just like, I really feel like the girls should come together and make music. But then again, if y'all don't like each other, how they gonna make music together? Can't. Ain't gonna work like that. The girls will be in the booth dropping bars and throwing bowls. You know what that means? Throwing them hands. Oh Lord, that would make for good. You know, they might need to do a documentary. That might make for good television. But you know, that's the recipe, y'all. Some drama, a fighting. Oh yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like the ladies need to stop with the cattiness. I get that it's rapping and stuff, but see, I honestly feel like, I know they say in rap there's nothing off limits, but to a certain extent, some things are off limits, man. And I don't believe that. I know Nicki knew what she was doing when she did it. And I know she knew what it was going to do when she did it. And a lot of people, I'm kind of torn, y'all, because here's the thing. Everybody keep mentioning her, mentioning that girl mama, knowing what it was going to do. True. Her mentioning her mom alone, no matter what context she was mentioning her mom, Megan's mom, y'all, it was going to sting Megan either way. Because guess what? You mentioned my mama, and I no longer have my mom. But in the context that she said it, it wasn't like she was actually talking about that girl mama. She just basically called her out on her bullshit. Like, you lied on your dead mother. Or however she said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get where she was coming from with that. Like, you know how we always be like, man, I put that on my mama, man. I put that. And Megan did do that. And it's like, she wasn't lying, y'all. The girl did put that on her mama and was lying the whole goddamn time. Now they say you step on a crack, you break your mama back. Well, that girl lied on her mama. And it's like, that's what she did. But at the same time, even mentioning her mom, you knew what kind of damage that was going to cause to that girl. Okay, or that woman. Okay, that's that out the way. Now, let's be honest. Y'all know Megan's Law. If y'all don't know what Megan's Law is, it's about a girl who got hard. All of that. She died and stuff like that. But yeah, go do your research on it. Cause it's hard. I know what it is, but it's hard for me to explain it because YouTube be like, they ain't playing it. And it's hard for me to edit what I want to really say in this moment with a cloudy mind. But Megan mentioned Megan's Law and stuff like that. A lot of people didn't know what she meant by that because they're like, you know, her name is Megan too. And it's like, but go do your research on Megan's Law if you don't know. If you have children, you should know what Megan's Law is. But anyway, everybody's always taking jabs. And at first I was too, y'all. Not gonna lie. When I first found out about it, I was too. I was like, when she married that man, I was like, ugh, I'm off it. I did. That's why I say you have to do research for yourself when you talking about certain stuff, and people will not let it go. Now that it's out there, people refuse to let it go. They run with that. Y'all, that man is not a CM. Look at the age that boy was, and look at the age of the girl that he was with. It was actually consent. But because something may have happened, the parents didn't like him or whatever the case may be, whatever happened between the two of them, something happened. And the parents, either they knew about it and they was okay with it at first, and then something happened and they was like, oh, hell no, we're going to slap these charges on you. Or they didn't know, and when they did find out, they were like, oh, no. But y'all gotta remember, back in the day, new laws were being placed, because you gotta think, with our great-grandparents, back in our great-grandparents' days, and before them, they got married so young. The older men would marry young girls. You see what I'm saying? That is a part of our history. You know what I'm saying? They would take on children as wives. Okay, follow me, y'all. So then, as time, if you look at each decade, as time started to progress to the future, or the present that we're in right now, the age got older and older for consent. Okay, you following me? See, before, girls did not have consent. They were at the mercy of their fathers and their mothers. The parents would marry them off for some land, some animals, or whatever the case may be. Or just to get them out their house because they couldn't afford to feed them anymore. You see what I'm saying? So as people got more and more independent and women started fighting for certain things on their behalf, the age, they started realizing, okay, at that age, you're not old enough to consent to certain things. So they started putting age restrictions on things, y'all. And even now, it's still blurred lines when it comes to it. You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think the girl was 16, he was 17, but in the eyes of the law, that 17-year-old is a grown-ass man. I think he was 17 going on 18, because I don't think they charged him until he was like 18 so that he would be. You see what I'm saying? Follow. So, y'all, to be honest, that man was not out here 30 and 40. Now, it's got some of them running around out here. They're still running and walking around out here all willy-nilly. You can't slap a charge on them, but they messing with these young girls. Follow me? He was not a predator, you guys. It was not like he was 30 and 40 and she was 15, 16. No, that was not the case. And I really wish people would do their research first, or people would, I wish people would do their research first, because that's like right now, y'all, I still have a charge on me, and if anybody went and looked me up and they saw I had this charge on me, they would look at that charge, and you got like 50 violations before the charge that I actually was charged for. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't charged because I didn't go in a court of law and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying? But it's on my record still because they refused to drop it. I got to pay to get it dropped. And who got time for that? Who got money for that? Especially over a charge that had nothing to do with me. But anyway, neither here nor there. It is here and it is there. But I have a truancy case that was opened on me. Truancy is when your child is supposed to, well, I ain't gonna say supposedly, but in my case it is supposed to. But truancy is when your child misses too many days and can't charge a child. You can't punish a child, so you punish the parents or whatever. So yeah. So yeah, I have a truancy case, y'all. Or a truancy record. But if you go look up my record, y'all, it's got CMs on there, child M's on there. You got you got child endangerment. What else was on there? What else is it? Something else. All kind of stuff. Like, I mean, horrible things dealing with children. And PEDS and, you know, all these hideous charges are summed up in one. Why? I understand it's dealing with a child, but why would you group all of this with truancy? So then when people look me up and they looking at this list, they don't know to look down all the way down this list of truancy, like, oh yeah, that sounds more like something she would have done. No, they see them first couple, they're like, oh no man, we can't hire you. Oh no man, we had too many children in and out of here. We can't do that. Y'all, I literally have to walk around with a piece. Well, I ain't got to walk around with it physically, but I have to have a piece of paper so that when I go to a job or if I go somewhere that will possibly pull up my record to show them, hey, look, this is what this is. Breaking it down for them that I am not really charged with this and that it's crazy. So people won't look at me and judge me thinking that I'm out here doing wrong. I ain't like kids at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not attracted to adults nor children. Like, what? Don't like people. Why am I here? I'm just playing. But yeah, y'all. So it's just, I don't know. I think both ladies took it too far. And it's sad. But like everybody keeps saying, that's the rap game for you. But it's like, we have enough of men tearing women down every day, all day. We have enough women out here tearing other women down all day. It's just sad. But I also feel like Nicki needs to chill. You have set your career in stone. Everything she's doing now, y'all, is almost like tarnishing everything she worked so hard for. In my opinion. Okay? And all of this is my opinion. But it's like I say, I was a Nicki stan, and now over the years, I've just become like, ugh. Like, it's tarnishing it. And she's very, very freaking creative. But then again, also, speaking back to when people show you who they are, believe it. Because who's to say she didn't come in the game like that? But because they cleaned up her image, we got to see a different side. But the whole time behind the scenes, this is how she actually is, y'all. And it's just that she done got older, she done got relaxed, she done got comfortable in her element. And it's like, you know, you can only hide your nastiness for so long before the truth comes out. And maybe that's what we're seeing. The cattiness is coming out because there's more and more girls now that are doing what you do. See, when Nicki came out, it wasn't too many of them in the game, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. And not doing it how she doing it. You know what I'm saying? You had Missy Elliott, you know what I'm saying? But Missy was on a whole nother level. Like, there will be nobody that can match Missy. You see what I'm saying? She's cut from a different cloth. She's on a different wavelength than everybody else. You had the Lil' Kim, you know what I'm saying? But again, back then, Kim, she was in her element. Like, wasn't nobody doing it like her. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Now, when Nicki came out, it had kind of dwindled down. Like, a lot of those girls had done ran their course and stuff like that. Either they had some trouble they were into, so they was kind of like out of the light or whatever. And then, boom, you had Nicki come in, and it's like refreshing. Like, dang, man, where did she come from? You know what I'm saying? And then she dominated for so long. Or gatekept, like she wasn't letting nobody sniffing on nicks, you know what I'm saying? So now that we're in a different time, the girlies are coming out. But she also has to realize, you did that. You opened that door for these girls. But instead of allowing them to come in and do their thing, it's room for everybody, man. It's room for everybody. Everybody has their niche. Then you got the Stallions. They're 10 toes down for her, just like you got the Barbs 10 toes down for Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's just like in the YouTube world. Everybody can eat. If you find your niche, you find where you You're going to find your people. Your people are going to gravitate towards you. And I just feel like, nigga, like I want it all. And if I ain't got it all, then ain't nobody gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe she giving me. Like, either y'all gonna like me or y'all gonna hate me. But y'all ain't gonna like somebody else. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Look how many men are in the industry of the rap community. They had a beefs, but they steady go on. She making these females be like, I ain't really want to do this shit. I ain't got time for this. Or, you know, you don't see them as much. But it's like, man, it's plenty of females out here now doing it. And I'm like, are you going to be 50 still arguing with these young girls? Like, because for long, you ain't going to be able to keep up. I hope you long in prosperity. But at this point, y'all, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, she could still be making music. But at this point in her career, unless this is all she wants to do, y'all, I don't know. I'm not in that woman's head. I don't know what venture she wants to do. But I honestly feel like she's at a point in her career where she done laid her path, her foundation down, y'all. Pull a Rihanna. Go into other ventures to set yourself up for when the rap life no longer calling. Or when you get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm laying down the bars. I'm putting the mic down. Maybe I want to sit in the studio and create for somebody else. Or, you know, these young kids coming up. Maybe, you know, I want to recreate, you know, my magic into somebody else. You know, producing it and stuff like that. Hell, try another career. Acting. Get you some other stuff going on. And I'm not, like I said, y'all, I'm not into the fandom as deep and heavy. So I don't know what all she's already done. I know she got the perfume and stuff like that. So kudos to you. I'm not running out to go get it. But, cause I don't chase stuff like that, y'all. If I happen to be in the store, I see it, I like it, I got the money for it, I get it. That's just how I'm set up. I'm not finna just go out my way to go order it and do all of that. That's just me, y'all. That has nothing against her or anybody else. I'm just not that type of person. Never been. I'm not like chasing no Starbucks cup. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. But yeah, I just feel like instead of focusing on these upcoming women that's coming out, let them do their thing. You be building your empire in the fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, what she say on that little rap, man? Okay, that was cool. That was sweet, girl. Do what you do. Meanwhile, what's up on this contract? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my lawyers contact you. You know, type stuff. But, I don't know. I just feel like the girlies are doing the most, but it makes for good entertainment too, y'all. Because if you think I'm not on YouTube searching up who the latest person that done updated on this, I am. I'm on Messy Mondays with I am Zoe Navy all day, baby. And it is what it is. I am. I'm watching. Cause who? I wants to know. Yeah. But let me go ahead and get in this house, y'all. I got some phone calls I got to make. Please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified. Share with your people so they can share with their people. People, come on. Let's help this beautiful family of gems grow. In the meantime, in between time, y'all already know what it is. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful, my gems. I holla. Yeah, y'all don't judge my hair. She glowing. Look at that growth. That's the growth right there. Boom. Get into it, baby.